Right now, the details behind the arrest and resignation of a Badger football staffer, a longtime NFL head coach.
Also, how we remember those who have served our country with a special ceremony under the Capitol Dome on this Veterans Day.
And we're following the state Supreme Court as it hears oral arguments on a law adopted back in 1849 banning abortion in Wisconsin. You're watching News 3 now at 5. A senior advisor for Wisconsin football, Jack Del Rio, was arrested just after midnight last Friday for an OWI.
This morning, Coach Luke Fickell said in his weekly press conference that Del Rio will be resigning from his position with the Badgers. Our Andrew Banstra is in the studio with us with more. Andrew?
Yes, Susan and Eric, police say that Del Rio allegedly
crashed his car into a light pole before breaking a fence in somebody's yard on Friday. The incident took place on Madison's west side, where witnesses said that Del Rio was seen walking away after the crash. When police arrived, he said that he did show signs of impairment and admitted to driving. Del Rio joined the Badgers as a special advisor just before this season, following a lengthy NFL career that included 11 seasons as a player and 12 seasons as a head coach. Fickell said when he learned of the incident, he spoke with his administration and Del Rio right away, adding that he'll be resigning.
Going to move forward, and he's going to resign and move on. You know, but it's a tough situation. Decisions that all of us have to, be able to, take full responsibility for, and so that's what Jack will do, and we'll continue to move forward. None of he nor me or anybody in our athletic department wants to take away the distractions or have a distraction from what the task is at hand.
And Fickell also said that he assumed Del Rio would be putting out a statement of his own announcing his resignation today, but he has not yet. We'll let you know if he does.
Andrew, thank you. Let's get a look now at your first warned forecast. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka on the weather patio. Kelly?
Yeah, it was a windy day. Thankfully, now the winds have come down quite a bit, but it's going to be setting up for a pretty chilly night. In fact, will likely drop below freezing. Still a noticeable wind is coming in out of the north. That's behind a cold front. That's why it's expected to drop below freezing tonight. And these winds will continue to diminish as we go through the overnight. And we're right back into some sunshine tomorrow, and we'll have a lot less wind, so it should be much more enjoyable to be outside. We'll be up close to 50 again tomorrow. We are looking at more clouds rolling in Wednesday, and then eventually some showers later in the day, and especially Wednesday night. And then it looks like next week we've got some rain and, yeah, maybe even a little bit of mixture. About time, I guess typically we get that this time of the year. 42 right now in Madison, northwest wind right now at 10 miles per hour, so it's adding a little bit of a chill. Currently 43 in Waunakee and also Middleton, 44 in Fitchburg. Pretty nice sunset as temperatures do drop quickly through the 30s. We will talk about that rain chance coming our way Wednesday coming up.
Kelly, thank you. Big news out of the state capitol today. The state Supreme Court poised to uphold a lower court's ruling that struck down the state's old abortion ban.
The justices heard oral arguments today. Political reporter Will Keneally is at the Capitol and has more on what we heard.
That led to fiery arguments in the high court today in a case that will decide the future of abortion in Wisconsin.
I fear that what you are asking this court to do is to sign the death warrants of women and children and pregnant people in this state.
The liberal majority on the Wisconsin Supreme Court appeared to take an axe to the state's abortion ban that has been on the books since 1849.
Are you kidding me? We're trying to figure out if medical providers here are going to be able to save women's lives. So yeah, we better get this right.
There are two separate issues. That 1849 law banned something called feticide. Now, is that the same as a modern abortion? Last year, a Dane County judge said no and allowed abortion to continue in Wisconsin. Another is the issue of this timeline. If a law passed after abortion became legal under Roe v. Wade, and it implies the existence of legal abortion, does that repeal the ban from 1849?
I don't understand why you would say just because the legislature did everything a court allowed it to do, that now that is the only law, that it somehow repealed everything it intentionally left on the books before.
With a liberal majority on the high court, we'll expect them to uphold the lower court's ruling, keeping abortion legal in Wisconsin. Now, in addition to this case, another case is asking the high court to enshrine abortion rights in the state constitution, a higher level of protection. Now, that case has not been scheduled yet for arguments. Reporting from the state capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. And a reminder, abortion does remain legal in Wisconsin right now. Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin tells us they are looking to expand access across the state in the future.
In response to last Tuesday's election results, the Dane County Democrats have released a statement. And in that statement, they mentioned that voter turnout was 3% higher than 4 years ago, and 13,000 more ballots were cast for Kamala Harris than President Biden in 2020, adding, quote, "We have important elections for the Supreme Court of Wisconsin and the Wisconsin State Superintendent of Schools this spring. We will continue to organize and do everything we can to advance the causes of progress and democracy."
Today is Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to everyone. 98 years after it was first recognized by Congress and 86 years since it became an official holiday.
And on this day, we honor veterans who have put their lives on the line for our country. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris attended the annual ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery today. This is the Vice President's first public appearance since conceding to President-elect Donald Trump. At the ceremony, President Biden said he will expand the PACT Act.
PACT Act has already helped over 1 million veterans and their families get the benefits they deserve. They deserve those benefits. Today, I'm proud to announce that the VA will expand the number of cancers covered under the PACT Act.
Back here in Wisconsin, Stoughton residents raised hundreds of flags around the Stoughton Veterans Memorial. At that site, 12 granite pillars document the history of major conflicts where men and women have served. Well, this morning, Wisconsin veterans gathered at the Capitol for the national holiday.
News 3 Now's Kyle Pozorski was there, bringing us the sights and sounds from today's ceremony.
Each year on November 11th, veterans, political figures, and the public gather here, listening to touching remarks on the anniversary to the end of World War I.
I've been coming up here for years for this particular ceremony.
Governor Tony Evers saying while the choice to serve is never easy, many did what they felt they had to, standing up for America's values.
Sacrificing the comforts and safety of home made it their mission to defend our great state and nation and to protect the values and liberties that we hold dear.
The Madison Veterans Council and Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs putting on the annual event with this year's theme, A Legacy of Loyalty and Service. Veteran Carrie McAllen of Madison Post 7591 shares with News 3 Now what Veterans Day means for her and other vets.
It symbolizes that our state, our governor, and all the other representatives here in the state value veterans.
Appreciating the sacrifice of thousands of Wisconsinites.
It's a great reminder of what we as military members have had to, what we've lived and have really internalized to survive.
At the Capitol, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thank you. Others in attendance tell us that after last week's election, today's ceremony showed the strength of being united.
Also for Veterans Day, we're seeing community members shine a light on those who have served.
More specifically, they're shining a green light, as our Meryl Hubbard is explained. She's on Keys Road to show us the impact of Operation Greenlight. Meryl?
Yeah, hey Susan and Eric. Yeah, I'm on Keys Road, and as you can see behind me, this is just one green light along this stretch that is lit with a green light. Now, the neighbor who started this trend on Keys Street tells me they got over 20 houses on board. This is part of the Operation Greenlight. It's a program through the National Association of Counties, where it's become a nationwide initiative to display solidarity with American veterans. You may be asking, why green? Well, it's to symbolize the color of the uniforms many veterans have worn in the military. This year, we're seeing a full row of neighbors who are participating, and it all started with a neighbor who served as a captain in the Corps of Engineers in the U.S. Army Reserve.
So many of the veterans of my era came home to nothing. With this outpouring of support, hopefully they will feel that their efforts were appreciated and their sacrifices were not in vain.
Neil McCallum started an email chain around here and he's gone around delivering green bulbs to those who want one in the neighborhood. Now, coming up tonight, it's going to be a little bit darker out so we can see more of the stretch, but you can kind of see here a couple more lights around. So tonight we'll get to show you a bit more of that story and also talk to you guys about why people care to do this and what it means to them to show support for our veterans. But for now, reporting on Keyes Road, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Merrill, thank you. And the Oregon Brooklyn Optimists in the Oregon School District are announcing the help of a grant to pitch in with the development of the Oregon Splash Pad. The Wisconsin DNR providing a $315,000 grant to the organization, and that adds the nearly $350,000 that's already been raised. An additional $150,000 is needed to fully fund this project still. Organizers hope to start construction sometime next summer.
If you live in Middleton and have unpaid utility bills, the city will be transferring that balance to your property taxes. City officials say any balances raised before July 1st of this year will be placed on property taxes this Friday. Sorry about that. To avoid having charges placed on your property taxes, the city says that payment must be received or paid by midnight Thursday. You can pay in person, drop off a check or money order at the drop box, at the library, or online. As the leaves fall this autumn, crews are working to dispose of piles properly to avoid getting phosphorus into our water system.
And in Monona, 3 vacuum leaf trucks need new names. Polls will close next Tuesday. You're not tired of polls, are you? Well, the winner will be announced next Wednesday. Some names that voters can pick from are Keanu Leaves, Leave It Be, Leaf, Laugh, Love, and Leaf It to Beaver.
I love them all. Other selections are Russell McGatherleaf, Truckalopagus, Grover, and Jack McJack. Don't seem like they belong, right?
I like Truckalopagus.
One of these things is not like the other. Yeah, Truckalopagus is good, or Lothar, the Leaf Slayer.
These are always fun, and see who wins next week. Meteorologist Kelly Slip is back next. You'll have a more in-depth look at your first warning forecast as we start the work week.
And how the state school superintendent is asking the state make a renewed investment in education. We'll have the details.
Stocks keep climbing. The Dow surging more than 304 points today. NASDAQ adds a dozen. S&P 500 up almost 6. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, brought to you by Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning.
I can honestly say that Cardinal has never let me down.
I definitely recommend Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning because of the professionalism.
Cardinal will always be my first call for anything that Cardinal does.
I think we're going to continue to use Cardinal for a long time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for coming and sharing this time with the family.
Stay strong for Grandpa. We'll see you at the field.
When you leave this earth, don't leave any regrets. Crest Funeral and Cremation Services helped us make sure Grandpa's never forgotten. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Services because we know your memories matter.
Really outdone yourselves this year.
Thanks, Santa.
Families come to Menards to get everything they need to create holiday memories that will last a lifetime. Visit our Enchanted Forest today and get these great deals on holiday decor. Now at Menards.
You don't need to battle addiction alone. Contact the great people at Wood Violet Recovery today. You could be on your way to recovery the same day. Wood Violet Recovery works with a wide range of insurance networks, so a large portion of your treatment may be covered. Wood Violet Recovery will create the treatment plan that best suits your needs. Unlike other rehab facilities, phones and laptops are welcome. Today may feel dark, but there's a brighter tomorrow. Contact Wood Violet Recovery now.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Pick and Save. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $2 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Learning to play better golf can be a challenge for anyone, so let PGA professional Joel Weitz improve your play the fundamental way with simple 1-minute golf tips. Fridays on News 3 Now at noon. Brought to you by Vitence Golfland.
Are you kidding me? We're trying to figure out if medical providers here are going to be able to save women's lives. So yeah, we better get this right.
Could Wisconsin's pre-Civil War abortion ban be enforced today? We'll break down the key points of this state Supreme Court hearing tonight.
This fall, only News 3 Now exposed MMSD bus route changes that created frustration for some local families.
What steps have been taken to fix these routes of concern? I'm going back to school officials for answers.
Our goal is to get students to school safely.
Tonight at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Wisconsin State School Superintendent Dr. Jill Underly is proposing an additional $3 billion in investments to Wisconsin public schools. In a proposal, it would increase special education reimbursement rates to 90% of total spending compared to 33% now. It would also increase per pupil funding, fund programming to reduce chronic absenteeism, and reimburse local education agencies for certain special education costs. Dr. Underly says that the time to invest in Wisconsin children is now.
The state has an opportunity because we have a surplus. We have a critical opportunity to reinvest in public education and ensure our schools have what they need to ensure our kids' success. Especially important is that these investments will significantly reduce the number of referendum for operating costs in local communities.
Well, so far, Dr. Underly has proposed $4 billion in funding for students. Other funding includes $311 million supporting student nutrition, $304 million for youth mental health support, and $60 million to help resolve staffing challenges and retain teachers.
Let's get a check on the weather now. Nice to see the sun today. It's chilly tonight. Kelly's out on the patio. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, nice to see the sun, as you mentioned, but those winds have really blew things around. Thankfully, the winds are starting to come down now. We're not seeing those gusts. Earlier today, we did see gusts 30 to 35 miles per hour. Now that's coming behind the cold front. That's why it's going to be a frosty start to the morning tomorrow. So we're right back into some sunshine tomorrow. The good news tomorrow for Tuesday, we're not going to have to deal with the wind like we saw today. However, the clouds will quickly move in on Wednesday. Now I think most of Wednesday should be dry, but as we get into late afternoon and especially Wednesday night into Thursday, that's our best chance of some rain. Looks like it'll be quiet through the weekend, and then we got active weather next week. Not only rain, but yes, maybe even cold enough. Can't even rule out a little bit of snow. All right, we had some of the rain with some of these rain clouds around, made for a beautiful sunrise. This was Saturday morning. Thanks, Sandra, for sending this beautiful photo in Oregon. We do have some more rain chances coming our way. The best chance will be Wednesday, later in the afternoon, Wednesday night, then tapering off Thursday morning. Then several dry days. Yeah, maybe an isolated shower in the weekend, but I think the better chance will hold off into next week. So the cold front marching across the Midwest. We've got high pressure building in, and as that area of high pressure settles overhead, we're expecting those winds to really diminish as we go through the overnight. Got a pretty nice sunset already. Temperatures are expected to drop pretty quickly through the 30s, waking up to below freezing temperatures. So if you are still trying to save some plants, make sure you protect them because it is going to be a hard freeze with several hours below 32. All right, temperatures this evening dropping quickly through the 30s. Winds will be diminishing fairly quickly. We'll look at clear skies through the overnight and tomorrow morning, as mentioned, likely to be below freezing for several hours waking up in the morning. But then we get into a southeast wind. Temperatures very close to where we were today, getting very close to 50. So that coldest of air has been still locked up to the north. Yeah, we've been getting these tastes of some cooler air coming in. Our next cold front will arrive Wednesday night. That'll bring us a little bit cooler weather on Thursday, but not a whole lot of cool air coming behind it. In fact, we're actually going to warm up by Friday going into the weekend. Temperatures running about 6, 7, 8 degrees above average going into the weekend before some of that cooler air eventually arrives, it looks like, by next week. All right, Wednesday, we do have some rain in the forecast. Now, as mentioned, I think most of Wednesday during the daylight hours should be dry, but later in the afternoon, then especially in the evening, that's when the bulk of the widespread, more moderate rain moves through. So another bout of some rain is kind of spinning right over the Badger State, kind of like what we saw this weekend. And it looks like that rain will at least linger into Thursday morning, but a lot of that rain should be moving out after the noon hour. 42 in Madison right now. The Dells at 41. 45 in Janesville, 41 in Juneau, and also Watertown and across Dane County. Yeah, it is cooling off pretty quickly. 41 right now in Sun Prairie, 42 currently in Stoughton. We're looking at our first warm forecast tomorrow up to 49, a lot less wind, a lot of sunshine. Clouds roll in Wednesday, then we'll see some rain showers. Wednesday later in the day, Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So a little bit cooler Thursday, but then we're right back in the 50s throughout the weekend before we see some of that mix returning next week.
Oh, the mix. Here comes the mix.
That's fun.
Kelly, thank you. Next at 5, how a golf club in Florida is making it possible for our veterans to enjoy the game they love after the physical sacrifices they made in service to their country. That story's coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
No matter how you say it. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab EX from Sono Bello.
After my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me self-conscious.
Emotionally, it was really sad. Feeling good up here, but you look down and you don't.
After having my babies, it went a different direction. From here, it went to here, and I just couldn't get rid of that.
Introducing Ab EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
I got the tummy tuck results without the tummy tuck downtime.
And I finally got the flat stomach I wanted.
I'm able to get back in my size 8 jeans. I feel sexy, I feel confident.
It feels good to feel good and look good.
The mommy belly is gone.
Schedule your free, no obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-557-5298 or go to sonobello.com.
In the heart of Middleton, there's a place where Christmas comes alive year after year. A joyful place where you can experience the magic of the season and take it home with you. The Bruce Company is here to make your holidays unforgettable. Find fresh and forever trees and hand-picked ornaments and the perfect gifts for family and friends. The Bruce Company Garden Center, where the spirit of the season glows and happy memories are made. And the best memories begin at the Bruce Company.
I've been a motorcyclist for a little over 20 years now. I always wanted to have a motorcycle my whole life, and dashing helps me support that hobby. I love the flexibility of dashing. I love the connections I make. Dashing lets me do what I want, when I want. I'm my own boss now. If dashers can maintain their freedom, flexibility, independence, and have access to benefits, that would really be the best of both worlds. Portable benefits would help me cover medical costs, dental, vision. That would be fantastic.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. The holidays have always been a special time for everyone in the Fields family, and we have some great news for you.
It's Fields' holiday sales event going on right now. New inventory is arriving daily. All new makes and models to choose from, and all with end-of-year pricing.
Happy holidays from Fields during Fields' holiday sales event, where you can get a great offer like this.
Test drive the all-new EX90 Recharge Electric and qualify for Volvo Sign and Drive with first payment waived. Costco members also enjoy a bonus. Go to VolvoCarsMadison.com.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Today, of course, is Veterans Day, a special day to honor the men and women who have served our country.
Some of them came back to the United States after active duty with severe injuries, and some no longer even have the ability to walk.
And one Florida golf club has a new way for veterans to get back into the swing of things. Haley Zarcone reports.
Getting a shot at something you don't think twice about on the green.
You do have the excuse, being in the wheelchair. You have the blue, parking disc, which gives you that opportunity to also, hey, I have an excuse, what's yours?
It didn't save my life, but it gave me a life.
Sacrifices veterans made for our freedom may never be repaid, especially when it's taken your ability to stand from you. That is, until now.
I tell people my life ends at the pavement. This pavement, I can't leave this. A device like the VertiCat, to me, that is magical.
With the help of the nonprofit Stand Up and Play Foundation, the Verticat is behind this new perspective. It's an all-terrain motorized cart that allows veterans paralyzed from the waist down to get back to their golf game. Hovering above the green with nearly 1,000 golf balls ready to drop. The ones rolling closest to the flags win donors some cash and give veterans the opportunity to work on their swing again.
From a sitting position to a standing position, it is only about 18 inches. It changes the world.
We'd like a new way of life, a new lifestyle. Just when you thought you couldn't, you can. And we're there to help you. I'll bring Haley back tomorrow. Okay? Sit down and get some speed.
And stay with us. We'll have a final check of your first one forecast in just a moment.
Introducing the new Sushi Lover Madison. All-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi at an amazing price. Now open at Westtown Mall for lunch or dinner. Be sure to try Sushi Lover Madison.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Finn Comfort footwear is handmade from the finest of natural products, leather-lined and expertly crafted, made with great care to ensure a first-class product that Finn Comfort is known for. Finn Comfort, meticulously handcrafted in Germany and loaded with arch support. You can be assured that Morgan Shoes will properly fit you in your new Finn Comfort shoes.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Karen's about to retire. Here's what's going into her retirement.
There's us. She raised us on our own.
10 years as my roller derby wife.
Three schools she's opened.
She's a mother.
I think we turned out all right.
She's a friend.
Our mothers could tell stories.
She's a teacher.
She may be retiring, but she's not done.
I'm never gonna stop.
Retirement is the sum of your life's work. Now what? Get income for life and protect your life's work with Prudential.
Big Beautiful Sectional for just $9.87 with a free ottoman. Big deals.
Black Friday deals.
All month long, up to 60% off list, only at Slumberland. Relax in this power reclining sofa for just $7.97 with a free power recliner. Deals so big, prices so low, all month long. Like this incredible sofa for just $2.98.
Black Friday all month long sale.
Get these deals while they last, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Heck yeah.
Our retirement savings account is safe because we made the switch to a Medicare supplement plan. We had Medicare Advantage, but had seen too many friends give up the things they love due to unexpected medical expenses. We found a better way.
Score the lowest prices of the year right now at Brothers Main's Black Friday sale. You won't find lower prices anywhere. And enjoy our free delivery. Shop family-owned Brothers Main's low price guarantee on brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Feel like family. Brothers Main.
Introducing the new Sushi Lover Madison. All-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi at an amazing price. Now open at Westtown Mall for lunch or dinner. Be sure to try Sushi Lover Madison.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, Donald Trump taps key figures to crack down on immigration. The details about who they are and what they've said about using the military and targeted arrests to deport millions. We've got that and more headlines tonight right here on the CBS Evening News.
Well, hundreds of dogs ran their tails off in Texas over the weekend. Look at that one run. They participated in Fast Cat, which stands for Course Ability Test. It's a 100-yard dash where pups run one at a time, chasing a lure here. Black Knights Coursing travels across the country to run these events. The regional Bluebonnet Norfolk Terrier Club invited the group to host the race for the club's 15th anniversary. Who knew the Norfolk Terrier could run so
I was just going to say, those little guys can really haul.
Get up and move.
Yeah.
Kelly's back as we take one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we got some cool weather on the way. We still have a little bit of wind, but it has come down. It will continue to come down, but still up to around 10 miles per hour, so that's adding a bit of a chill. We are looking at clear skies tonight. We'll probably drop below freezing for several hours, so count a hard freeze tomorrow morning. Then we'll up near 50 tomorrow, less wind tomorrow. Clouds roll in Wednesday. We've got some rain spreading in later Wednesday, mainly Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Right now, it's setting up to be a pretty nice weekend. Dry weather, and we're about 6, 7, 8 degrees above average with highs in the low to mid 50s. Does change, though, next week. We know we can't have this forever, but it's running a little bit later than typical. But it looks like by next week, we are going to see somewhere very nearby, likely we'll see some snow accumulation. Just a matter of where. But right now, it looks like it's going to be to the north of Madison, but temperatures in the low to mid 40s. So, yeah, it's coming. Just going to wait till next week.
Why are you growling? It's that time of the
snow.
year. That's the time.
I want to hold on to this as long as we can. But hey, dry for the weekend looks good for the. We don't want it wet for the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
We don't want ducky weather for the Ducks coming into town. No, it looks like the great weather for the weekend. It's just next week when we're talking about maybe some of that snow. And I know we're getting close to Thanksgiving. We always get some kind of snow around Thanksgiving.
True. We do. Yep.
All right.
Thanks, Kelly.
Kelly, thank you. Thanks for joining us here at 5. We're back in a half hour for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.